Hi, everybody. Randy Barth back with you for another organization update this week. Once again, we've got two very special guests joining us this week from the San Bernardino region. Helen Will Deerfile, who is a honoree from the National After School Association's Emerging Leader program, and we'll get to that in a second. And Omar Aguiar, who's our data management, data operations manager in the home office. So welcome, Helen, and welcome, Omar. Great to have you. Before we get to our special guests, I wanted to just have a little bit of an organization update. Each week, we've kind of been talking a little bit about the very fluid external environment that we're all operating in. It felt like this week there was a major shift in the ground that we're all walking on and operating on. So I just wanted to address that briefly as I see it. So earlier this week, or maybe a week ago by the time you see this, the Centers for Disease Control in Atlanta issued a very important study on kids going back to school. So they're basically saying that kids are safer in school than they are at home, and that kids, particularly younger students, can go back safely without all the staff being vaccinated. Of course, kids aren't being vaccinated because the vaccine is not for kids at this point. So, but they're highly encouraging schools where there's decreasing COVID rates to reopen, and the kids are best off. So that launched really a kind of a shift. And so we saw in California, the State Pediatrics Association came out with their own report and effort, kind of supporting and kind of in concert with the Centers of Disease Control. And that kind of gave new energy to some of the parent groups that are mobilizing to reopen schools. And also, I was part of some conversations with the California Business Roundtable and some of the county superintendents also kind of mobilizing to get back. So I think we had been talking about kind of this push-pull, which there's definitely still this push-pull out there about what to do. But as COVID rates are really starting to come down fairly dramatically now, they're still at high levels, but I think we're going to see schools planning to go back maybe sooner rather than later, and there's going to be community pressure and even potentially a directive from the governor. So I know some of the county superintendents and some of these other groups are asking not just the governor to encourage people, encourage school districts, but to direct school districts to come back. We also saw the city of San Francisco sued San Francisco Unified about reopening schools. So in that community, as an example of what's happening also around the state, there's 15,000 students that are in private schools in San Francisco, and they've been in school for most of the year, largely without incident. And there's 54,000 students in public schools that have been doing distance learning. And so that segregation, mostly around race and class also, is really de facto segregation, for our students, which none of us believe in, and we don't think that's a good thing. But that's what's happening because of the governance of private schools versus the governance of public schools. And so we're seeing a lot of action now around reopening schools. And I wasn't sure that was really going to occur. So we'll see what the outcomes are. But I think we do need to prepare back for more in-person programs, and even more kind of back to school, where we might be running more traditional after-school programs or maybe hybrid environments, rather than just kind of the instructional support for the distance learning that we're doing many of our in-person programs. So keep an eye on that. We'll keep you updated. Obviously, there's lots in the paper, lots in the media around this, so you're hearing it elsewhere, but we just wanted to give you our take on what's going on. So with that, we know there's lots of initiatives in the organization around program and program refresh and COVID environments and AB 104 and really dramatic amount of activity. There's some other things in the offing too that I can't quite speak about yet, but are very exciting. And so we have a bright future in front of us. We're in good shape financially at the moment, and so we're kind of poised and ready to dive in and work on mitigating learning loss for our students that we serve. So just excited about kind of getting back at it. So with that, I want to get to our special guests. So they're obviously highly motivated individuals too, who are rock stars in our organization. So Helen, congratulations on your recognition by the National After School Association. We've had two prior winners of the same award recognition. Stacey Galdames, who's our general manager in the San Gabriel Valley region, and Alberto Barajas, our director of program and operations in San Bernardino, and your colleague at San Bernardino. So, Helen, congratulations on this prestigious award from the National After School Association. We're so proud of you. Tell us how it feels to win this award, and tell us a little bit about your story and why you joined things together.
Thanks, Randy. It really is an honor to receive this award. After school programs are really important to me. Growing up, I didn't grow up in the best neighborhood. There was a lot of gang violence. There was a lot of things that a child should never have to see. But there was one safe place that I did have, and that was my after school program. It was a little community center located about down the street from my home, and I would go there every single day. It was there that I got mentorship. It was there that I got homework support. It was there that I got basically everything that Think Together offers now. So if it wasn't for that place, I honestly don't think I would be the person I am today. And I know a lot of my peers growing up that didn't choose the right route. And coincidentally, they didn't actually go to the after school program that I went to. So I really do think that after school programs do have an impact on our students. And that's why I'm just so passionate about the work that we do.
Not everybody understands exactly what the data management team does. Could you tell us a little bit about your role in the organization in the region in San Bernardino?
Yeah, absolutely. As regional operations analyst, I ensure data quality standards are met. I ensure that we're meeting CDE standards. I do this by conducting audits, compiling reports from our student information system. Many of you know it as youth services, and develop and lead trainings. I also get the opportunity to work with both internal and external stakeholders, ensuring they understand the data provided to them and help them explain and illustrate the impact we have on our students. Sometimes that can vary. It can be SOS data, it can be attendance data. It's always something different, which really keeps me interested. One thing I also admire about my role is the fact that I get to work with other departments. I'm able to share my knowledge and skills to help them make data-informed decisions.
Great. Well, thank you once again, Helen. Omar, you nominated Helen for this award. What did you see and what motivated you to make this nomination?
Thank you, Randy, for having me and giving me an opportunity to talk about Helen. I nominated Helen because of all the great work she has done since joining the team to support Think Together's mission. Helen created a data-informed culture and is committed to the development of site staff's understanding of programmatic data to improve the quality of program. Her passion, resilience, and dedication to our community emanates in every training and interaction with staff, partners, and students. This past year, she became the org-wide summer lead and led the data management team to create trainings on compliance and evaluation and development of data collection processes. Helen was instrumental to the success through her strong communication and commitment to integrity in the work. During the pandemic, Helen emerged as a strong leader by supporting the team in shifting our previous summer plans to address the needs of our new reality. And I want to highlight that Helen did this and much more while pursuing her and completing her MBA.
Well, thank you, Omar, for nominating Helen, and congratulations, Helen, on the award, and thank you for all the great efforts that resulted in Omar's perspective and ultimately the award. And you guys, I think it's a great example. We have a couple more weeks, I think by the end of February 26th, to make nominations of your peers for our own leadership awards, our Changing the Odds award in the organization. So please think about your peers, who's in your department, who's in your group, who's in your region, that's deserving of similar recognition that we can all learn about and be inspired by and recognize across the organization. We also want to thank everybody. We're off to a really great start on our employee engagement survey that we announced last week. I think we have 2,700 current employees. We're down a little bit with COVID staffing, and we've had over 1,500 folks as of this morning that have replied. So that's phenomenal. But let's get the other 1,200, in the next week or two. Get your feedback on our organization so we can continue to improve, and we've got information and your perspectives to help us get better. That's what the data piece is all about. We like to be data informed, and that's a way for us to hear your voice and continue to improve the organizational experience for our kids and our employees as well. So thanks, everybody. Thanks again to our special guests this week, and have a great week.